This easy 4x8 foot raised bed for vegetables and herbs has just enough style to fit most anywhere in a garden design, even by your patio. Using 2x6 lumber, you can make it as shallow or deep as you wish, 1, 2, or 3 boards high. Ours is 3 boards high, or about 18 inches. Now, if you don't have a power saw at home, be sure to get the boards cut at the store where you buy them, and it will be obvious which steps of this video you can skip. And for reference, 2 people built this bed in less than 4 hours. Using 2x6 lumber, you can make it as shallow or deep as you wish. It does help to visualize the location by outlining it first. To do this, simply use a measuring tape to lay out the 8-foot and 4-foot sides of the bed. You can mark the location of the bed on the ground with lime, which is white. This outline will give you a realistic idea of positioning and a last chance to make sure it is where you want it to be. The ground should be as level as possible. Start by cutting 3 of the 8-foot boards in half. Mark the cut at 48 inches. These will be for the short sides. Lay out the first course of boards to make the box. Now, for simplicity's sake, we're calling the frame of the raised bed the box. Using an electric drill and 2.5-inch deck screws, fasten the boards to one another at the ends. Screw together in 2 places. When the base of the box is assembled, lay it in place. Check to make sure that the box sits level on the ground. If it is not level, which it probably won't be, set the box aside and use a shovel to level the ground. Set the box back in place and tap the boards down into the soil with a mallet. Using a little lime again, mark the inside corners of the box. This marks the spot where you will later dig to set the corner posts into the ground. Now move the box aside so that you can dig your 1-foot deep holes with a post hole digger at each marked corner. Now you are ready to make the corner posts. Use a pencil to mark the 4x4s at 33 inches to cut the corner posts. You will get 2 corner posts from each 6-foot 4x4 with a little left over. Make the cuts. Now, if you choose to make your raised bed only 1 or 2 boards high, reduce the length accordingly. Use a speed square to mark all around each corner post 1 foot from the end. What this line will do is mark how deep the post will go into the ground. This line also marks where you will attach the box to the posts. Bring together a 4x4 post and the box so that the 1-foot line on the 4x4 post is even with the bottom of the box. Here's a little tip. Pick up the box and set it on its side to make it easier to work. Also, use bar clamps to hold the pieces together while you work. Next, attach the box to the 4x4 post, screwing together in 3 places. Repeat this until you've done all 4 corners. Set the box with corner posts now attached on the ground so that the bottom of the posts rest in their proper holes. Check again to be sure that the box is level. You can make slight adjustments by tapping the posts in place. Now fill the holes with soil. The box is now ready to receive the rows of boards that will be the sides. Add the second row of boards. Screw in 3 places on each end. Add the third row of boards the same way. The 8-foot sides will need stabilizing to keep them from warping. This is an important and pretty easy step. Here's what you'll do. Cut 2-foot lengths from a piece of scrap wood to make stakes. Now, if you don't have scrap wood, be sure to buy a 2x4 long enough to make 2 stakes, each about 2 feet long. Cut one end of the stake to a point that you will drive into the ground. If you have the lumber pre-cut at the store, don't forget this step. Next, drive the stake into the ground inside the box, halfway down the long side. Drive it deep enough that the top of the stake will be below the soil level when the box is filled with soil. Be sure to get that stake right up next to the side of the box. Next, simply screw the stake to the sides of the box, and this helps prevent warping. And there you go. The box is now a raised bed. Fill it with soil to within an inch of the top. You can use bagged soil or a 1-to-1 mix of quality topsoil and compost. Place the decorative caps on the posts or choose any other finial that you would like. Now, you're going to want to wind a 25-foot soaker hose up and down the bed. You'll find this to be just long enough to make 3 passes down the length of the bed. Use wire pins made to pin down landscape fabric to hold the soaker hose in place. Lay your plants out to the proper spacing and plant them. Suggested spacing, by the way, is always found on the stick label in each Bonnie plant. The first watering will take a little longer because the soil going into the bed from bags or bulk may be on the dry side. Also, mulch around the plants if the weather is warm. And now you are ready to grow. We trust that you will enjoy many seasons of delicious harvest from your new pretty raised bed. And as always, thank you for using Bonnie plants.